Awesome. Can y'all see this okay?
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. So as you all know, my name's Katie. I am a recruiter here at FAST. I am actually stateside. I'm not in New Zealand, if you can't tell by the accent. I am located out of our headquarters in Denver, Colorado, but I do all of the New Zealand recruiting for FAST. But yeah, if y'all wouldn't mind scanning this QR code and signing in, it just helps us keep in contact with you if you are interested in any of our positions. And if you do apply online, we will cross-reference that you did come to an info session. Kind of increases your chances a little bit about moving forward because it can show that you are interested. So if y'all wouldn't mind signing into that, that would be great. And then we can go ahead and just jump right into it. So first, I'll tell a little bit about how we got started. So FAST got started back in 1997. The partners of FAST, they were actually working for a different consulting company. They were building these custom tax processing systems for clients. And they had the idea of, why don't we make a core product for all of the clients, and then that way, they don't have to reinvent the wheel. Every time they have a new one, they have a foundation to work off of, and then they can configure it to meet their needs. So they presented this idea to their to their boss at the time, and unfortunately, they were shut down. But they were very confident in their idea, and they decided to quit their jobs, and they rented a house in New York City and sat in the basement and wrote code for months. And that's how they created our first product. It's called GenTax. So they presented GenTax at a conference where British Columbia selected FAST to implement our tax processing system. So British Columbia was our very first client. And since then, we have expanded to do a few other projects. So after that, we came out with UI in 2009. That launched in California. So FAST UI is unemployment insurance. And then after that, we came out with FAST DSVS, which is driver vehicle services. That came out in Arkansas in 2011. And then our very newest product that we actually just rolled out in October of 2021 in New Zealand is FAST CSE. So CSE is our child support engagement product. So currently in New Zealand, we work with IRD for GenTax and CSE. So if you did work at FAST, those would be the products you would be working on. It's actually quite cool how FAST CSE came to how we created it. We were already in New Zealand with GenTax, and then IRD actually reached out to us and asked if we could create a system to better keep track of child support in the country of New Zealand. It's quite cool. So we're now starting to expand that product into the States. So yeah, we need a little extra help on our New Zealand site. And then just kind of getting down into the nitty gritty of what we're doing at FAST. We're creating commercial off-the-shelf products to modernize government software solutions. So we basically go in and we replace these legacy systems that are decades and decades old, and we replace them with one of our proprietary solutions. So that way they run more efficiently, they're easier to use, things are quicker. These are a couple different news articles of different rollouts that we've done. If you're interested in reading any of these, especially the IRD one, because that probably pertains more to you guys, they are all listed on our website, which we will see at the end if y'all are curious to look those up. But so a commercial off-the-shelf product or a COTS system is basically means it's pre-built. So our systems are built up about 80% of the way. And then when we go on site, we consult with our clients to figure out their needs. And then we finish developing the last 20%. And then this is a map of where we currently are. So obviously we have a very big presence in the US. We're in over 30 states, but we also have a lot of international locations as well. So a lot of provinces in Canada. We're also in Finland, Poland, Laos, Malaysia, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, New Zealand, obviously, Puerto Rico, if you want to count that one. But yeah, a lot of really cool places to travel as a FASTie. In New Zealand, we are in Wellington. We work out of the same building as IRD, so we work very closely alongside them. There is some opportunity where we do get to relocate abroad. So if you're ever interested in traveling to the US or any of these other countries, you do have the opportunity to volunteer to go visit those project sites. So if you like to travel, it's a pretty awesome opportunity. All right. And then what makes a good FASTie? So when we're recruiting, our goal is to find a culture fit. We want someone that can join the team and have the skills needed to do the job. So we often spend a lot of times outside of work with our coworkers since we do relocate every now and then. But so kind of what we're looking for is people that have really good communication skills. Communication is very important because we do a lot of consulting on site. So being able to communicate with clients, determine their needs, explain technical problems in non-technical ways, things like that. Those are all very important things that make a FASTie. Flexibility is another pretty big one because we do relocate. So people being open to that. In New Zealand, we don't relocate quite as much. We do normally stay in Wellington, but being able to be flexible in other areas as well. So let's say maybe some of your teammates need a little bit of help. They're having some issues at home. They need help on a project. Being able to kind of step up and take over and be flexible with that sort of a thing is a great quality to have for a FASTie. We also look for people that are very self-motivated. We have a flat structure at FAST, so we don't do title changes. So you wouldn't come in as developer 1 and then 2, 3, so on and so forth. You keep the same title your entire time at FAST. But as you progress, you take on more responsibility and your pay is reflected in that. So if you're self-motivated and excited to take on new responsibilities, it's a great opportunity to do that because that's really how you excel in your career here. And then lastly, another great thing that makes a good FASTie is problem solving skills. We do a lot of problem solving on site, figuring out what issues our clients had with their legacy system, what kind of new things they need implemented, and just really solving those issues on site and helping our clients come to a solution that is most optimal for them. All right. And then what would you do at FAST? So currently in New Zealand, we are hiring implementation consultants. We do have a couple other roles as well, but implementation consultant is going to be the one we are currently hiring. So we are currently coding in Visual Basic.net, but we are upgrading to C#. We should fully be in C# by the end of this year is the goal. And then we use SQL Server for our database. We don't require that our candidates have knowledge in the specific languages that we use, as long as you have an object-oriented programming background. That's really what we look for. That syntax is pretty easy to pick up on if you do have that foundation. Another thing that you will do is the consulting aspect of the role. So you will gather requirements from your clients, you'll figure out what their needs are, and then you will go ahead and develop that last 20% of one of those proprietary systems. So as an implementation consultant, you would expect to be doing that blend of coding and consulting. If you want to get into some of these other positions that are listed on the bottom, we also have technical team members. They are working on all of our databases. So they set up all of that infrastructure and they make sure that it's running smoothly and securely. And then our training coordinators, they are on site to train our clients on how to train their employees to use the software solution. So it's sort of a train the trainer approach. The training coordinator role is going to be the least technical one. You do not need any sort of a computer science background for that role, but training experience is preferred. But yeah, those are the positions. Again, we're hiring for the implementation consultant role currently. And then why choose FAST? So there are a lot of perks and benefits to working at FAST. So one of them is definitely going to be the people. Everyone is really great. I've been with FAST for about a year now, and I have not met a FASTie that I didn't get along with. I spend a lot of time outside of work with my coworkers. FAST also puts on a lot of different organized events. For example, my team took me to a comedy show when I first joined. So it's a lot of fun. We like to hang out with each other. So I would say that people is definitely a big part of why I love working at FAST. Also the benefits, we do offer a competitive salary and benefits package. So we do fully paid insurance premiums. So FAST will cover medical, vision, dental, insurance, completely out of their pocket. So you don't have to pay anything for that, which is quite nice, at least in the States. I'm not sure how it works in New Zealand, but they also do cover short-term, long-term disability and life insurance. And then we also have something called a FAST pause. So every 4 years you work at FAST, you get a month of paid time off on top of your regular vacation. So you have time to pursue your passions, whether that's traveling, or maybe you want to binge watch Netflix for 4 weeks straight, kind of up to you, but you get that month off every 4 years. Just kind of relax and unwind and recharge. And then next, you get to see the world. As you saw, we are in a lot of different locations. So there's lots of different opportunities for travel and to explore. That's definitely one of my favorite perks. The work that we are doing is very rewarding. We're helping these government agencies become more efficient and modernizing their solutions. And so it's really cool to see the impact of what you're creating and see how it's affecting people around you and helping others and making those processes just a lot more efficient and a lot faster. And then lastly, we have a great reputation at FAST. So since we were founded in 1997, we have never lost a client. We are still on every project site that we have been since we were founded, and we have finished all of our projects on time and on budget. So it's very, very exciting, I think, that we have such a great reputation. And then I have a little video that I will share.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
Dominique.
Courtney.
Maggie. David. James.
Steph. Kelly. Carmen.
Eric. Julio. Chase.
Milana. Lindsay. Shayna.
Chad.
Michelle.
Ben. Tyler. Ken. Dan. Brian.
Brenda.
Ilmer.
Twin.
Trent. John. Ryan. Matt.
My FASTie fact is I'm a certified yoga instructor. I am a new mom.
I love to cook for my coworkers. I hit my first one-on-one this year.
I am a welder.
I am a big fan of Dance Moms.
I've biked across Iowa 3 times.
I'm an avid sports fan. I'm an avid reader of military history.
And I ran my first marathon this summer and only lost 3 toenails.
I love rock music.
Yeah, I have 4 boys.
I am not a bad driver.
My dad is Santa Claus.
I love bluegrass music.
I've officiated 3 weddings.
I ran the Boston Marathon in 2011.
I chose FAST because I was looking for a company where my contributions would be used every single day.
I really love the aspect of being able to travel all while doing what I love.
I love that everyone works really hard but takes the time to get to know one another.
Because I wanted to be part of a company that was really out there accomplishing something.
Because I wanted to contribute to a project that would help make people's lives just a little bit better.
Because I wanted to work for a company that lets me be me.
The energy and the culture.
The opportunity to travel and also to meet new people.
Because of the people and because I was looking for a company that I could grow with.
In order to join an exciting company.
In order to experience different areas of the country.
They give me the opportunity to work with people and not sit behind a computer all day.
I am a FASTie.
I am a FASTie.
I'm a FASTie.
I am a FASTie.
I am a FASTie.
I am a FASTie.
Right. And this is a little bit about what the interview process is like here at FAST. So first, you would complete an online application. It's very, very short. It seriously takes less than 5 minutes. You just have to answer a couple of questions and upload your resume. After that, you do an initial interview. So this interview consists of a couple different technical questions and a few consulting type questions with a recruiter, most likely myself. After that process is done, you do a virtual final round interview where you do some different pseudocode and problem solving activities. And then we currently aren't actually doing interviews at our project site due to COVID, but you would eventually see that, of course. And then I should also mention, if you're not currently located in Wellington, we do offer relocation assistance to get you there. So we'll hire movers to go in, pack up all of your things for you, ship your vehicle, book any travel arrangements. So we'll take care of that entire process. They make it very, very easy. And then lastly, this is just kind of where to apply online. So as you can see on the right side is a couple different awards that we've won for our company culture, which is really awesome. And then if you are interested in our opportunities that we have, you can go to fastenterprises.com/careers and check those out. Or if you want to read more about those new news articles, those are also on our website. And then if you're interested, we are also in all of these different social media platforms as well. All right. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Yeah, how many implementation consultants are there in Wellington right now?
Yep, so we have about 40 to 50 FASTies on site. I believe 30 of those are implementation consultants.
And like how many more are you hoping to pick up this year?
Yeah, we're looking to hire about 8 implementation consultants right now in New Zealand. Yeah.
Cool.
Is there any intern opportunity for the student?
Yes, we do have intern opportunities. They're not currently open yet, but they will probably open up in, I would say, July or August. We usually take on about 3 interns every summer. So yeah, and the intern opportunity is quite fun. We provide a fully furnished 1-bedroom apartment while you're out there during the duration of your internship. So you can live out there rent free while you're doing it. And yeah, it's really great.
And because I'm the second year student, do you also consider the second year student as a software intern?
Yeah, I believe we do. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? And then I'm going to put a link in the chat to that sign-in sheet from the beginning. If you didn't get a chance to scan that QR code, if you want to fill that out, again, it kind of increases your chances of moving forward because we'll see that you did come to one of our info sessions. A standard work week at FAST, it definitely varies depending upon where you are in the project timeline. So if you are closer to the beginning of a project, you're definitely going to be doing more consulting, figuring out those clients' needs, things like that. Whereas if you're closer to the end or middle of a project, it's going to be more of that development work. So it's going to vary throughout that project timeline. So you can expect a variety of work while you're on site.
And in Wellington, are the teams, are they like smaller teams, or is everyone working on one project currently?
Yeah, they're smaller teams. So typically we break our FASTies down into teams of about 3 to 6 people, and they're working on smaller pieces of the whole project. So for example, on a Gen Tax project, you might be the team that takes care of e-services or income tax or sales tax. So you would be placed on one of those individual teams. And then if anyone has any questions later on, I'm going to put my email in the chat. You can feel free to email me and ask me any questions that you have, or if you're interested and you want to send me your resume and your transcript, I'd be happy to take a look at those as well. Yeah, anyone have any other questions for me? Awesome. Well, if there's no other questions, I think we are good. Laura, I don't know if you have a sign out that you want to do, but.
No, yeah, just thanks very much for joining us, Katie. I didn't realize you were coming in from the US. So I hope the time difference is not too bad for you at the moment.
No, not at all. Actually, y'all kind of helped work with me a bit. So if it's morning for you guys, it's usually afternoon the day before for me. So right now it's Tuesday at 3:30. So it works out.
Oh, good. Well, thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, as you've put in the chat, for any students, if you have questions, Katie's got her email in the chat, and I've also taken it down as a note. So if you miss out, just contact the careers team and we'll have all that information for you.
Thank you, Laura, for having me, and thank you all for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Katie.